Hi everyone and welcome to my bookshelf tour for 2017. This is going to be just like an overview of my bookshelf. I have a bookshelf tour that was the last one I did, and it's very similar, like the configuration of the furniture is the same. So I will link that below. That one is going to be more in-depth and detailed. This one is going to be more casual because it's a vlogmas. So yeah, this is my bookshelf. I have two Billy bookcases from IKEA. I have a reading chair, which I rarely sit in. And I also have some stuff on the wall. They're mostly like bookish prints. There's some like cards that I got from bookstores and a print from Society6, which I will link below. In front of my bookshelf, I have these two rugs. One is like a fluffy one, which I regret because I cannot clean it for the life of me, but I like the way that it looks. I have a basket that's like a wire basket that I really like, and I have sport stuff. I have like random towels, a pineapple towels in there. And then like a mat and things. So on the side of the bookshelf I have pineapple prints, or pineapple canvases actually. There's a blue one and a yellow one, and then I think a red one on the other side. There's a mirror over there with like a little thing of sand, some pictures, and a reading lamp actually, which goes over my reading chair. So that's how that looks. It's very handy. I really like it. I also have these like wire copper lights, which don't have batteries, and on the other side I have pineapple lights, which do have batteries. They took, they took the batteries from the copper lights. So yeah, I really like these. Don't ever turn them on, but they're nice. On the side we have the red pineapple, some more book depository bookmarks, which I really like. Like, look how pretty they are. Some more pictures and this triangle light up thing that does not have batteries, and then this is the like filming situation. So on top of my bookshelf I have these things. I will zoom in. I have this balloon light up thing that doesn't have batteries. Or actually I think it needs like a USB charging thing. I have a wire pineapple that's yellow. I have an and, or an @ sign, and a ampersand, what is that called? Bookends, which I also don't use. A pineapple light up thing. I think the orange pineapple light up thing has batteries. A star, a pineapple. I think this was my first ever pineapple. It has a crack in it, which is why it's up here, but that was my first, I think. I have a light up D, a light up light box with #books on it, and an ampersand light up thing. Most of these things I never use, but I can't throw them away because I really like them. So on top of my bookshelf they go. So now to the actual books. This is the first bookshelf, or the first shelf on the left bookcase. I have a Carpe Librum, like, woolen thing around a cup. I have bookmarks in there, and test tubes that used to have hot chocolate in them, and I can't throw them away. Behind that I have a stack of books. I have Stolen, End of Days, Grasshopper Jungle, the Captive Prince trilogy, Beautiful Creatures. The first two books is there because I never finished that series. Then we have Twilight, Life and Death, some hardbacks that are like weird sizes. They're not as small, I don't think, as like regular YA books, but not as big as adult books. And then we have the Marvels, Carry On, Smart, and then the Fellowship, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King, and also a Rubik's Cube. To the right of that we have our classics. These two shelves are both classic shelves. I have Penguin classics, the black ones with like the white stripes, and then I have some white Oxford classics. I have Anne of Green Gables by Rifle Paper Co. Puffin edition, another Puffin book next to it, and then I have my vintage children's classics, which are beautiful. They're in a rainbow. I love them so much. I just like, look how beautiful they are. The covers are beautiful as well. And then I have some orange Popular Penguins, some Gillian Flynn, To Kill a Mockingbird, and The Great Gatsby in like a different edition. I have another edition, I think. And then on the shelf below that we have my Penguin English Library Classics, which I also really like. I just really like the way that they look. They look so pretty, and I like having a lot of them. I have all of Jane Austen's books in those editions, I think. And then some Charles Dickens, Elizabeth Gaskell thrown in there. I have a beaded pineapple, which is one of my faves. It's really pretty. It's beaded. You can put like a tea light in the middle. And next to that I have a hardback Penguin clothbound classic, which is A Christmas Carol. Then I have Great Expectations and Jane Eyre in like a watercolor edition. And then we have also some drop caps. I have E and F. They still have the plastic on them. I'm keeping it that way. They're beautiful as well. And then we have some more books, and also like a red little notebook with a pen and a little like rose thing that I made. Going back over to the left side, we have my tall books. First we have my tall hardbacks, and then my tall paperbacks. These books are just really tall. I haven't read many of them because they're tall, I think. But like they're nice and they're tall. And that's really the only descriptor I have for them. Going back over to the right, we have my, oh my gosh, this fits so well into the shelf. These are color coordinated. I pretty much have had these books together on the same shelf for like a long time because they fit so nicely. But yeah, it goes from whites to orange, red, green, blue, black. I didn't need to say that to you, but you know, I did. This shelf also features one of the most beautiful books on my bookshelf, which I will pull out for you. It is this one. We the Drowned by Carson Jensen. Oh my gosh, look how pretty this is. It is beautiful. Going a shelf down, we have my YA books. We have the Divergent trilogy, the Legend trilogy, the Seraphina duology, Fairest and Monster Calls, going into Contemporary, going into John Green. Then we have Eon and Iona and the Maze Runner trilogy, plus, what is it called? The Kill Order is there behind this picture of my little sister, and I have a little tea light as well. To the left of that we have like a little display section and also toll books. So on the left are my Harry Potter illustrated editions, Grimm's Fairy Tales, and some Penguin cloth-bound editions. Cloth-bound? No, faux leather editions. We have a green pineapple, some pineapple glasses, and some of my favorite books are underneath the pineapple glasses: The Child Thief, The Diviners, The Book of Dust, which I'm currently reading, His Dark Materials, and The Odyssey. Next to that we have a glass thing, I forgot what they're called, with a little mini bookshelf in it. I started like making little mini books of the books that I'd read so far this year, but I stopped. But it still looks cute. And then we have a candle light thing. Below that we have Harry Potter. This is pretty much my Harry Potter shelf. Minus the Horologicon and the Etymologicon, which just sort of like fit in there. But on the left we have the Harry Potter hardback box set, which I love, and then the Horologicon and Etymologicon in a box set. Next to that we have the Quidditch Through the Ages, the Tales of Beedle and the Bard, and the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them books, also in a box set, and then the paperback editions of Harry Potter, which I also really love. I have a little striped green box, a gold pineapple, and a Hermione keychain. Going to the right again, we have another sort of display section. It has pineapples in it, a blue and a yellow one. And on the left side we have my graphic novels and manga. There's Death Note, there's Saga, then there's a blue pineapple, and then a sort of like TBR pile, but not really, and then a silver jar with like sort of snowflakes on it, which I really like, a yellow pineapple, a golden pineapple with the South African flag on it, and then a red pineapple holder that is holding some like paint cards, which I was going to use as bookmarks, but I use like the one bookmark for every book that I read. I also use this red I think it's like for letters or something. I use it to put the dust jacket of the book that I'm currently reading if it's a hardback. Going one down from there, we have my Game of Thrones books, the Lemony Snicket, what is it, All the Wrong Questions series, Bridget Jones, The Chemist, and then Twilight section, and then a little like candle holder on the right that I never use as well. Going to the left, we have my series and trilogies. We have the Hunger Games trilogy, the Lunar Chronicles, the Study trilogy, Chaos Walking, and then some other books. One shelf down from that we have like small books, paperback, mass paperback size books. I have the Picador Modern Classics in the pocket size edition on the left, some Agatha Christie and some James Patterson and Harlan Coben, and then another set of Jane Austen, only 4 of them though, some black, what are those called? The little black penguin books, and then some mass paperback books on the left of that, on the right of that, and then also a orange wire pineapple that matches the yellow one that's on top of my bookshelf. The shelf to the right has like random computer stuff, like 2 laptop cases, some books, and some cases, I think, and then some notebooks on the right, and yeah, that is that shelf. And then below that we have like random other books that I apparently don't love that much because I haven't put them higher. We have an edition of Emma by Jane Austen, which I actually really like. Some other random books which I don't think I've read. Winger, which really just jumps out, doesn't it? and some other books. I think there's like Jane Austen's manuscript works there, which I actually did like as well. It is this one. And then we have some more books, the Leigh Bardugo Grisha trilogy and the Millennium trilogy, which I didn't really get along with Shadow and Bone, which is why the trilogy is down here. And then also I have yet to read the Millennium trilogy. It's been on the list for like years now. Who knows when I'm going to get to it, but it's there for me, when I eventually get to it. And then some other mass paperback on the right of that. Going to the left, we have the final shelf, which is the religious shelf. We have 4 editions of the Bible, the revised edition, NIV, NLT, and I think New King James Version, which is my favorite. On the right of that is a stack of like daily devotionals and religious books, which I've read I feel like most of. I don't really go to the shelf very often because I've read most of the stuff. And to be honest, I use ebook versions of the Bible, so those versions of the Bible sort of just stay there. And then I have some more books and some planners on the right, and then a random canvas in a box on the very right. So this is the left shelf. So we had that one first, and then tall books, display section, Harry Potter books, trilogies and stuff, mass paperback books, religious shelf, and then the right shelf we had our 2 classic shelves, Fit So Well shelf, YA books, to be read and graphic novel and manga. This shelf, George R. R. Martin and Stephanie Meyer sharing a shelf. Laptop and notebook stuff, and books I don't care about that much, but I still do care about them because I love them. But anyway, yeah, that is my bookshelf. Make sure to check out the previous bookshelf tour that I did because it is much better than this one. I will at some point do a new and improved bookshelf tour, I think, when I change things up again. But I hope you enjoyed this casual version, just going through things with me. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye!